Shettima's support for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Meet Justice Omotosho for a quick declaration. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. In fact, I am impressed by this information. Can this be true? All right, my dear listeners, I greet everybody. I greet everybody listening to me through this very channel. In fact, this is the Lord TV. This very news is just hitting up our studio right now. That the Vice President Kashim Shettima, who is currently on seat in the absence since the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu um, is not on seat, has given his support that the IPOP leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should be released. Not just him, but also in conjunction with the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. These two have said that it's important that the IPOP leader is released for peace to be restored in Nigeria. You see, this is what I said uh, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was flown to France for his treatment. I said it that the short time Shettima will be spending in office, there will be a positive change. And if you look at it, I think that very change has started to happen. It has started to happen. So now is this very new call for Nnamdi Kanu's release is one thing I know that is going to be something that is very, very, impressive. But I don't know how powerful that very decision of his can be, because at the moment he is only an acting president and not the president itself. So he can only declare a support and not give a declaration. Yes, only the president can give that very declaration as presidential pardon or amnesty. But at least with this support he has just given, it shows that he has a clear mind and a clear um, intention for the freedom of the IPOP leader. I'll be taking you into this video for you to hear everything why Shettima and Goodluck Jonathan have to come in and why you have to make this very decision.
That can happen is for just Biafra to be
Because
liberated.
everything till today is still appearing like a picture in the eyes of many, and also like a shock even to me too. You understand? So please spare me.
Delivered to I will not mention the name to you now. As one of the aides of Yaradua refused to submit the letter to the National Assembly. And Yaradua became so ill that he had no control of issues. So we had the country where the president was not available and there was no acting president. Yes, as a vice president, you can take over the responsibility of some responsibilities of the president. You know, the president of Nigeria has too many responsibilities. First, you are the chief executive of the country, so like a prime minister of a country. That the vice president can assume you don't need any transfer. And I was doing that because we were having an executive council meeting, we were approving memos from ministers, so the government was going on. But there was no commander-in-chief. The second responsibility of the president of Nigeria, besides the executive head of the country. And there's nothing like acting commander-in-chief. You either you're a commander-in-chief or not. But when you become an acting president, you are at the same time a commander-in-chief. So that was lacking, and no country allows that gap. A country like America, you don't allow that gap at all. Yeah. If American president wants to, it's a weak law that he require anesthesia that he will be off for 5 minutes, he will hand over to the vice president. Yes. Before that procedure. Maybe regain consciousness to take over. But we stayed for some time. And that led to what they call the doctrine of necessity. When the National Assembly felt that the country was in a situation where it was not expected, they now have to initiate this doctrine of necessity, and they now made me to act as the president without a letter from So the country was tense. And under this North-South divide, Christian-Muslim divide, it was really tense. And every day I was hearing about coup. I remember one day, I will not mention the names of some of my friends, Kanu, vice presidents. That time I was not even acting. They have not even known the doctrine of necessity. I was still the vice president. No, you don't have to sleep here. You have to come and sleep in my guest house. And so on. I said, no, I will stay in the state house. If anybody wants to kill me, it's better you kill me in the state house so the Nigerians will know that they assassinated me in the state house. They know I have not committed any offense. It's better that I die here in the state house than being assassinated outside the state house, because all kinds of stories will come up. So that was how tense it was. To me, I was not bothered. Really, I was not bothered. And I was very calm. But that was the scenario.
So calmness under pressure.
Yes, in fact, like I so maybe my suggestion to people, we were able to navigate through that complex situation because I was very calm and I was not ambitious. I assumed ambition to take over from Yaragua. I couldn't have gotten the sympathy I had from Nigerians, and the problem would have been difficult. But when everybody saw that I was not really interested, I was just doing my job as the vice president. The National Assembly on their own, I did not lobby. I did not meet any member of the National Assembly. I didn't even talk to the Senate President or the Speaker of the House of Rep to talk about the issue of doctrine of necessity. On their own, they felt that the country was wobbling because there was no commander-in-chief. And they did that. But if I had shown an ambition to take over, definitely I would have gone through the National Assembly. Or I would have set up what they call the medical team, the executive. But these are the two ways you can, Vice President can take over. If they have seen that level of ambition in me, the sympathy I had, and probably something different would happen. So that's why I always tell people that you should all be ambitious, but moderate ambition in society.
Yes.
You must moderate your ambition, not because of ambition you overdo things. If you try that, you now kind of initiate anger from the people who ordinarily would have been angry with you. So that is key. But key political actors, who like Nnamdi, who like Bafemi Awolowo, who like Nnamdi and so on. All these people were less than 10 years old at the time of amalgamation. They didn't play any role. But in the 50s, when we were marching towards independence, that was when this school came to play a key role that led to the independence in 1960. Political parties were formed during in the late 50s, leading to the independence. And the kind of politics our forefathers played that time is still the politics we play today. We play tribal and regional politics. And it is quite unfortunate if you compare Nigeria to other African countries. You will see that you find it difficult to say that this was a national leader in Nigeria that attempted to bring the country together. If you go to a country like Tanzania, I use Tanzania as an example because the Muslim Christian population in Tanzania is almost like 50-50. The mainland, like Nigeria, the mainland is maybe Christian is slightly more. But if you add Zanzibar, there is a Sami autonomous part of Tanzania, it's like something that's a Muslim. So when you move Zanzibar, and so it's like 50-50. This issue of tribe and religion, these are the major setbacks for this country. This makes people it's create problems of our leadership recruitment. If somebody is holding a political office and he wants to give appointments, you begin to see that even if Mrs. A knows the issue better than Mrs. B, and if Mrs. B is from his own tribe, you want to use Mrs. B. It's like saying, oh, he wants you have a fight that you need a lion to fight, but that lion is not from the tribe. Then you say the cats. Then you say after all, both of them are carnivorous animals. They can assert it. And you bring a cat to do the job of a lion. It's not possible. The cat, yes, a carnivorous animal. Yes, that can assert it. But the cat cannot do the job of a lion or a tiger or a leopard.
What is Lord Jonathan trying to say here, my dear listeners? Yeah, from my own better understanding, he is trying to make us understand the position of Shettima this very moment that Tinubu is not in power, making him to know that he at the moment has the power to operate, to decide, and to sanction. Yes, it's very important because there is need for a commander in chief to decide. Though at the moment we don't know the state of the president, just like his own tenure then, he never knew, or Nigeria never knew the state of the president then, Yadwa. But they felt that since he's staying abroad is becoming too long, no one is hearing anything about him. And the nation is just, you know, he just left with no leader. So they felt that it's important someone is sworn in. You understand? And according to he said, he never, showed any interest for leadership. He never showed any interest for leadership. It was actually the Senate himself that felt it's important is sworn in. So, my dear listeners, I will tell you that Shetima has that very power and that very, you know, authority to take over fully from Tinubu, pending when he arrives. Um, he arrives uh, from his sick bed. Understand? And also on the issue of the freedom of the IPOP leader, I would say that Shetima has really made a good support and also a good move. That is, if that very declaration and support will really be sustained after the return of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or if he doesn't return, so that this will not be like Tinubu's when he went to Buhari to plead for Nnamdi Kanu's release, only for us to know that it was actually a politics for Indigo to support his political ambition. All right, dear listeners, what's your opinion on this? Let's talk. Let's know the way forward. Please, don't forget to like and share this very video to the very last person, so that they'll be carried along and know what currently is actually the update. Thank you.